What's up, you guys? Welcome back to this week's One Piece manga chapter review. And in this week's chapter 849, Chopper went Monster Point. And I'm kind of disappointed because he didn't get as much action as I wanted him to. And Carrot stole the limelight by taking out Brûlé and the rest of the homies. And I'm actually kind of impressed with that because she showed that she was capable of handling herself and holding her own. And I wasn't really looking too much at her in the past few chapters, but I'm definitely going to think more of her in the next few chapters coming up. Also, the Vinsmoke brothers have been absolute dicks as usual. But the funniest thing I've ever read so far in this chapter was their father suggesting keeping putting on Germa and using her as leverage against Big Mom. Because, in my opinion, the power scale between the Vinsmoke family and Big Mom leans in Big Mom's favor. Although she wants their technology and their military, she doesn't necessarily need it. And we both know from the previous chapter that Pudding does not want to go through with this marriage, so it's going to fall through. And although it's a mutual power exchange, Big Mom has nothing to really lose from this. She's still going to be a Yonko. She still has a lot of political influence and actual power on her side. The Vinsmoke family are the ones that actually needed Big Mom's influence and power. She just needed their technology and their military, but she still has her own impressive powers herself. Also, she's going to kill Pudding. There's a huge death flag on Pudding's back, and Big Mom has plenty of other daughters and sons to replace Pudding if need be and marry them off to other powerful groups anyway. Whereas Judge wouldn't want to marry off his sons or his daughter, and Sanji was pretty much the only replacement that they could pretty much use. Also, Brook is causing a lot of trouble in the treasure room, and I'm really actually interested in what we saw from last chapter, his ability to suppress the souls of homies. And my own theory is that Brook can cancel out Big Mom's abilities, or Big Mom's abilities have no effect on Brook. Because he's this powerful spirit from the underworld that returned to his body, I don't think that she can technically steal his lifespan because he's pretty much already dead. And I don't think that she can steal a portion of his soul because he has a really powerful spirit. Homies won't work on him. He can probably negate the effects of Prometheus and Zeus because they are just two powerful homies in themselves. Also, I think it's kind of really funny and screwed up for Brook that Big Mom is coming to take care of him herself. Because I was really hoping that he would go up against Supreme Commander Smoothie so we would get to know more about her Devil Fruit ability. But it would be interesting to see the interaction between Brook and Big Mom and how their Devil Fruit abilities go up against one another. Also, we saw a little bit more of Pedro, and we learned that he has had 50 years of his lifespan taken away from him by Big Mom, and that him and Baron Tamago are absolute rivals and enemies, but have respect for each other. And that Pedro's pretty much trying to go on a suicide mission at this point. To be honest, I haven't really thought too much about Pedro. I don't really have an opinion of Pedro. He's just a supporting character to me. He's just a supporting character in the arc. Just like, I'm trying to figure out who was the other girl in the Dressrosa arc. See, I can't name her. She was a gladiator. See, I just can't name her. And Pedro is just like that. I don't really think too much about him. But it's interesting to know he had 50 years of his lifespan taken away from him. Also, we see at the end of this chapter that Reiju is heavily wounded and that she's bleeding. And in my opinion, I don't think anyone attacked her. If you ask me, I think that she is defective. And what I mean by defective is you have to remember that as children, Sanji, Reiju, and the rest of the Vinsmoke brothers were genetically enhanced. And Reiju was strong, she was superhuman, but she wasn't as strong as her brothers, and she admitted that herself. So, in my opinion, although Sanji is viewed as defective, and he isn't technically, in their eyes, up to their level, Reiju just barely met their level, and I think Reiju, because of the genetic enhancements and genetic engineering, suffers from some condition that she isn't showing in front of the others because if we look at the flashbacks, Reiju admitted to Sanji that she cannot seem like she supports him because she would be bullied or picked on for being weak by the others. So maybe she's pretty much, you know, ran away so they wouldn't see this condition of hers or this illness that she has. Or maybe she was attacked, but I just can't really think who right now on Totland would attack her for any given reason. This is Vero. Like, share, comment, subscribe. What is your favorite thing about this chapter? Who's your favorite character? Who do you think had the limelight this chapter? Definitely subscribe for more videos. And if you have anything else you want me to make a video about, comment. Bye.